Today, we're going to talk about one super easy way that you can create an entire pool of vivid, powerful words to use in your song. Hey friend, Joseph Vidala here from Songwriter Theory, and today we are going to talk about creating a related word sheet. This is super simple, super easy, but also super powerful for creating a giant pool of words that you can use that are all really vivid and powerful and all center around some of the same themes, images, colors, or whatever other things you want your songs to center around. So we're actually going to head to the computer and we are going to create a related word sheet together. So as we create this related word sheet together, we're actually going to work off of the brainstorm sheet we came up with in the last video. I'll put the link in the top right corner. Be sure to check that out, but this is what we had at the end of that video. And now we're going to develop this related word sheet. So in the same folder, right, I have just another memory brainstorm sheet and now a related word sheet, which we are going to fill out right now. It's empty. So really what we want to ask ourselves is what words are at the core or the heart of what we're talking about? If this is a song that's taking place in a certain setting, then using words that sort of evoke that setting, right? Like if it's something about a hike in the mountains, you might go off of the word mountain or cliff or forest or something like that, right? Those are words that you can use. You can also go off of colors that sort of evoke the emotion of the song. You can go off of literally just, the emotion itself. In this case, the most obvious word to start with is obviously memory, right? That's sort of at the heart of this song. So memory is a word. Fading seems to be coming up a lot. And these pictures, they're sort of fading out. The memory is sort of fading. And if you think about the state of this song, based on the implication of just another memory, right? The hardest, this comes from that quote that somebody put on a YouTube comment. The hardest part about life is when someone you gave many memories to, I think there should be a two here, becomes a memory. So there's sort of two sides at play here. You were important to me once, and you're not anymore. So fading is sort of at the core of that. So let's put fading for now. And we want to get probably about 5 of these words, sometimes more, but for the sake of this video, we'll start with 5. Let's take, I like this word here. Do you remember us fondly, right? And this is sort of the beauty of just writing off the top of your head. Sometimes you happen upon a word that is really exactly the right word that you want to use. So let's play with that idea. So fond. And then let's go with the other side, right? Because you're asking the question, do you remember me fondly or do you remember me as, have you villainized me? I think villainized is somewhere in this document. Villainized right here. So we have villainized in this document. So let's throw the word villain in there for now. We'll call it good with this for the sake of the video. Now we're going to go to the next step. So we've got sort of our core words. You know what? Let's have the color gray. There's a lot of grays going on. Let's just play with that for a second. So a really helpful website, totally free, relatedwords.org, I think is really helpful for this. So let's just plug in exactly what we have, right? Memory. So now we have a whole bunch of words to play with. Recollection, storage, consciousness, scratchpad, and not all these are going to be useful, right? A lot of these aren't, like hippocampus, not going to use that in our song. But some of these words, right, like recall, okay, that's a word that we can use in our song. Recall. Legacy, okay, legacy is a word that we can play with. Reminisce, okay. So that's a word we can definitely play with. Recollect, remind. Let's do this with some other words, see what we can find. So this is what a related word sheet can start to look like at the beginning. It can be nice to sort of highlight words that you're thinking, ooh, okay, that could be a good word to use. For example, the word ebb is a word I might want to use instead of something like fading and withering. It's pretty common for me to play with tides and stuff. I'm from New England originally, so I really like ocean and stuff. But plants are something I really haven't used yet, and withering sort of has a plant vibe to it, so I might choose to go that direction. But after a lot of time, really the point is to fill out this sheet with more and more stuff so that you sort of have words that you can pick from, because all of these words are going to be pretty associated, like memory, recall, legacy. Like, of course, these are all related to each other. And this is going to really allow your song to really feel cohesive. So hopefully you found that helpful. And if you did, something you'll find even more helpful is my 6-step lyric writing checklist. You can grab it totally free at songwritertheory.com/lyric checklist. I'll have a link in the description below. If you want the steps to go from song idea all the way to lyrics that you can be proud of, this is the checklist for you. Breaking it down into 6 steps actually helps get rid of some of the overwhelm of lyric writing. It helps make each step a little easier and each step be able to have even more success, and it results in a much better lyric at the end of the day. I like to say that I want my lyrics to pass the frame test, where I know that if you took my lyrics and put them up on a wall where it doesn't have any music or anything, it's basically just a poem at that point, it would still hold up. Because it's really easy as songwriters to sort of put music first and then have lyrics that are just kind of okay and are basically elevated by having interesting music. But I think a great lyric should be able to stand on its own. A great lyric shouldn't need to have music to make it interesting. A great lyric should be able to be read and be great for what it is. So if you're interested in that and you want to be able to write really great lyrics and have a checklist that will break down those steps to get there, be sure to check out that free guide. It is at songwritertheory.com/lyric checklist. Once again, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to drop a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm so that other people who want to learn about songwriting can find this content and also be helped by this video. If you're interested in learning more about songwriting, be sure to subscribe and click the little notification bell, because I have new videos coming out every single week about songwriting. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will talk to you next time.